But before I go on to that big discussion and to my panel tonight, I'm joined by Ajay Maken, who's taken over as Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation Minister. Mr. Maken, congratulations. And you must be relieved, really, that your appointment at least has not been the bone of contention at all.
No, I don't think that any appointment for that matter is bone of contention the way some people are trying to project. I am rather very happy for myself and for others also that I think hard work has been properly rewarded, honesty has been properly rewarded, and I took some hard stand during my tenure as a sports minister, and including action against some of the leaders associated with the Congress party at that time. So I think honesty and good work, hard work has been adequately rewarded.
Well, the allegation that's coming from several quarters tonight is that it's corruption that's being promoted and not honesty at all. And what would you like to say to those who are making those charges?
Well, look at me. I was the one who, in a way, asked CBI to probe the Commonwealth Games scam. I was the one who handed over the cases of corruption, even people, including people like Suresh Kalmadi, to the CBI. And I have been rewarded by an elevation with a very important ministry, Housing and Poverty, Urban Poverty Alleviation Ministry. So I don't think that they are right when they say that honesty has not been rewarded.
But do you believe that there has been a big political message sent out by this reshuffle? Do you think that concerns on corruption have been taken on board?
Well, if you look at any political reshuffle, any cabinet reshuffle in the past, and if you compare that with this, you will find a direction and message in this reshuffle. The most important thing is that younger elements in the party, in the government, they have been adequately rewarded and provided with a good portfolio where they can perform, where they can give direction to the their respective departments. Whether this will yield results or not is something which in 2014 the people only will tell.
Youngsters, Mr. Maken, you of course have the distinction of being the youngest union minister in this cabinet. But people have been doing a bit of number crunching today, and they say the actual average age of the cabinet is only 64.3 years, and pre-shuffle it was 65 years. So actually there hasn't been much of a change at all.
Well, if you look at the Ministry of Power, earlier on the Minister of Power was with a cabinet minister, quite a senior power minister. Now we have a very young Jyotiraditya Scindia heading as a power minister. We've got a law minister who is very young, comparatively young. We've got a corporate affairs minister who is so young. We've got Bharat Solanki, another minister with independent charge looking after sanitation and water, another young minister. So we've got very good young ministers of independent charge with key portfolios. I am looking after housing. So look at housing, corporate affairs, power, look at railways also. Pawan Bansal, for the first time, Congress has got this ministry with a person who has performed in the past. So all these people, we are all, I can't say we are young, but we are comparatively young and we've got experience behind us.
Fair point, Mr. Maken, but in your case, of course, it's been a real elevation in that sense. But a lot of these people are ministers of state, as you pointed out, with independent charge. Why not elevate them to full cabinet rank as well?
Well, this is a very interesting and important point. I was made a minister now as a cabinet minister only after I served as a minister of independent charge for last 1.5 years. So as Minister of State, independent charge as a sports minister was not being a part of cabinet any kind of impediment. No. There is virtually no difference except for just one small thing, that as a full-fledged cabinet minister, you attend all cabinet meetings. As Minister of Minister of State independent charge, you attend cabinet only when it is something related to your department. So you are a part of the cabinet as far as your own department is concerned. So virtually, as far as functioning in the ministry is concerned, there is no difference at all.
All right, Mr. Maken, but tonight to all those who are demanding that Parliament be dissolved, they say this government has completely lost the faith of the people, that Jayapal Reddy, for instance, has been demoted because of corporate pressures, Mr. Salman Khurshid elevated despite fighting charges of corruption. Purely on the perception front, do you think this reshuffle has backfired at all for you?
No, not at all. Let me tell you again, I had worked with Jayapal Reddy ji as his junior minister in the as a Minister of State in the Urban Development Ministry. Jayapal Reddy ji is one of the most honest and fine ministers I have ever worked with. But Jayapal Reddy ji also had a chance to work in 4 different ministries in the last 8 to 9 years. It is not only that he has been shifted from Ministry of Petrochemicals to the Ministry of Science and Technology. Before that also he was in the Urban Development Minister, and even before that he was Minister in the Information Broadcasting and Culture Ministry. So it is not only for the first time that and wherever he has gone he has performed, and he has performed well. So now people who are saying that he has been demoted, he is such an honest man, I would like to ask a simple question from them as to why didn't they say that Jayapal Reddy is a good minister, is an honest minister just 2 days back. The BJP, the very same BJP and opposition burnt the effigy of Jayapal Reddy a week back, and now they are saying why is he being removed? So either they were doing politics earlier or they are doing politics now.
All right, fair point, Mr. Maken, and we will take that, in fact, to our panel tonight. But thank you very much indeed for joining us and giving us your time tonight, and congratulations once again on your elevation. Well, joining me tonight, Keshav Rao, Senior Leader of the Congress, Vikram Singh Mehta, former Chairman of the Shell Group, Shazia Ilmi, Member of India Against Corruption, Saugata Roy, Lok Sabha MP of the Trinamool Congress, Meenakshi Lekhi, Member of the BJP, Kamal Farooqi from the Samajwadi Party, and Deeptosh Mujumdar, National Editor of DNA. On a day when we've heard the demands from the former army chief as well as Anna Hazare saying Parliament should be dissolved and elections called for immediately, that this reshuffle is in effect fooling the people of this country. Keshav Rao, let me just come to you straight away. What do you say to the people tonight who seem to dismiss this reshuffle altogether?
No, I think that
the strongest message of today's reshuffle, which has been welcomed by the entire country. I've been hearing the reviews and also reading the reviews. Not a single person, apart from the politicians, the opposition, had not has always all of them have welcomed it. But the question is about 2 or 3 people who are now saying they are going extreme to make such comments. The strongest message of today's reshuffle is we rebuff them. We do not care. We do not want activists to lay down the agendas for us, not dictate to us our agendas. The national interests are important. Let us look to it, get down to business and look the economy, bring it back or the economy to rails, look into that and try to bring the newer elements. Newer element is not age, please. I want to say something. Whenever we are talking of the younger element, it is a relatively young when you are looking to the age. But what we are like to see is there have been good policies, but in implementation side, it has been lacking. Now what do? We need to bring some kind of dynamism and commitment and go sync with that of reformist agenda of the Prime Minister. That is why we bring the people, young people who have all that wherewithal and all that dynamism to take along the policies to
Delivery. You are saying in effect
this
that
is
the
what
government
exactly we meant when we said younger element.
All right, we've heard this very strongly assertive note from speakers right from the time the cabinet reshuffle details were first emerging, in a sense sending out a very strong message, particularly to civil society activists, saying, we're not really taking your views on board about this at all. But Meenakshi Lekhi, the BJP has very strongly slammed the decision to make Salman Khurshid Foreign Minister. They've also criticized the demotion, as you call it, of Jayapal Reddy. Why do you think these decisions are undermining the government's credibility even further?
You see, there's a third name, that is of Shashi Tharoor, and you are missing that name. The Shashi Tharoor had received a bribe in the form of 50 crores regarding that cricket firm in the form of consultancy, and he disowned the present wife, not even as having any relationship or anything to do with her. Now, under such charges, these people are given ministries, and these very charges existed when ministries were taken away. So what has changed over these periods that ministries should be given back? And under the circumstances, the fact is the corruption charges came against people like Chidambaram, who continues to be where he is, the Prime Minister, where coal scam, etc. had come, CWG when it comes to the Sports Ministry, and Suresh Kalmadi, who has been elevated again, brought back to the Parliamentary Committee. So when the entire arena of scam opera is going on in the arena of this country, then in those circumstances, I think these cosmetic changes and repackaging means very little. because I remember having spoken on your channel itself and somewhere else that what happens if the hand remains the same, which is reshuffling the cards, and the hand which is deceitful is carrying on the same process. So this cabinet reshuffle means very little to the country as long as the policy remains the same, action against corruption remains the same, action against Vadra has not been taken so far. So what do you say about the whole thing? And
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.